So here we will discuss the electrical behavior of the CMOS circuits. The study of electrical behavior will be described in terms of two ways here. The first way is the steady state electrical behavior, and the second way is dynamic electrical behavior. So here the steady state electrical behavior and as well as the dynamic electrical behavior both are essential to describing about the CMOS circuits when they are connecting in electrical circuits. So the entire electrical behavior of CMOS circuits will be described in two ways. One is steady state electrical behavior, second is dynamic electrical behavior. Here, the steady state electrical behavior, which describes about the DC characteristics of CMOS circuit, and the dynamic electrical behavior, it describes the AC characteristics of the CMOS circuits here. So, which means uh, the steady state electrical behavior, it describes the behavior of the CMOS circuit when the input and outputs are not changing. So it is when the input and outputs are not changing here. So which means that they are the fixed state of the inputs. Under such conditions, so here the behavior of the circuit will be described in steady state electrical behavior. And the dynamic electrical behavior, in which the behavior of the circuit is described when the input and output circuits are changing between the states. So when the inputs are changing between the states from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 and so on, so how the CMOS circuit is behaving in the electrical circuit, so that is described by the dynamic electrical behavior, whereas the steady state electrical behavior, in which the inputs and outputs are not changing here. So the difference between the steady state and dynamic are the steady state in which the inputs and outputs are not changing, whereas in dynamic electrical behavior, the inputs and outputs are changing between the states here. So first we will discuss the steady state electrical behavior of CMOS circuit. So here the behavior of the circuit is when the input and output are not changing here. When the input and outputs are not changing. And the steady state behavior, it is also known as the DC characteristics of the CMOS circuit. DC, fixed state of the input, the fixed state of the moment. The moment we observe, the inputs have a fixed state. Either the input or outputs may be at a fixed state, either maybe of 0 state or a logical 1 state, high state or low state. The various steady state characteristics or the DC characteristics of the CMOS circuits are logic levels, noise margins, circuit behavior with the resistive loads, circuit behavior with non-ideal inputs, fan out, effects of loading under the fan out, and unused inputs. So these are the CMOS steady state electrical characteristics here. The logic levels, noise margins, circuit behavior with the resistive loads, circuit behavior with non-ideal inputs, fan out, effect of loading, and unused pins. So we will start with the logic levels and the noise margins. What are the logic levels here? What are the logic levels and what are the noise margins? Logic levels. As far as concerned with any logic circuit, so there are a range of voltages used to represent the logic 0 state, and there are another range of non-overlapping voltages used to represent the logic 0 state. So it is for any of the logic circuit here. So here the logic levels are nothing but they are a range of voltages to representing the logic 0 and the logic 1 for the digital circuit. So here in logic levels, so we will have the two types of the logic levels here, voltage logic levels and the current levels. In point of a circuit view, so we will be having the voltages and currents in the circuit. So here the logic levels will be also the voltage logic levels and the current logic levels. So what are these voltage logic levels? The CMOS manufacturers they will provide four voltage levels. They will provide the four voltage parameters, or you can say four voltage parameters, and these four voltage parameters are called voltage logic levels. They are called the voltage logic levels. So what are the four voltage logic levels are VIH, VIL, VOH, VOL. So here you can see the subscript of the terms IH, input high state, input low state, OH, output high state, output low state. So these are the four voltage levels. So here the VIH is the minimum voltage required for logic 1 at input. So simply it is the minimum input voltage for logic 1, and the VIL, it is the maximum input voltage for logic 0, and the VOH minimum voltage for logic 1, and the VOL is the minimum output voltage for the logic 0. So all these four voltage parameters, they in turn referring either the state of logic 0 or logic 1 with respect to the input state or output state. So these are the four voltage logic levels. Simply, what are the logic levels? Logic levels are nothing but a range of voltages to represent or to use for to represent the logic 1 and logic 0 of the digital circuit. Now, what are the voltage logic levels? The voltage logic levels are nothing but the CMOS manufacturers, they will provide, or they provide four voltage parameters, and the four voltage parameters are called voltage logic levels. So what are the logic parameters are? Here you can see the VIH, VIL, VOH and VOL. And here, to understand these four voltage parameters, so let us consider the input and output transfer characteristics of the CMOS inverter. Here, the CMOS inverter, it is the basic logic circuit of the CMOS circuits. It is a basic circuit of the CMOS circuits. And as we seen that for a CMOS inverter, when the input is logic 0, it produces a output of the logic 1, and when a logic 1 is applied at the input, it produces a logic 0 at the output here. So here the voltage transfer characteristics, one way it describes the behavior of the CMOS circuit. And here in this voltage transfer characteristics, you can observe 5 regions. You can observe the 5 regions: region 1, region 2, and region 3, region 4, and the 5. And if you observe these 5 regions, the region 1 and the region 5 are anti-parallel regions here. You just observe the region 1 and region 2, sorry, region 1 and region 5 you observe. When you apply the logic 0, it produces the logic 1. So when the input as a logic 0, the NMOS transistor is off and the PMOS transistor is on. So when the PMOS transistor is in on state, so it is in the linear state. A transistor consists of a linear state or saturation state or a cutoff state. So for logic 0 input, the NMOS transistor is off state and the PMOS transistor is in linear state. It is in the linear state. So in that linear state, the transistor will act as a voltage variable resistor. Voltage variable resistor or voltage control resistor. So, and if you see the fifth region, in this fifth region, the logic, the input at the logic is logic 1. Input at the logic is logic 1. So when the logic 1 is applied, it produces the logic 0, which means that the PMOS transistor is off now and the NMOS transistor will be in the linear state here. It is in the linear state. So the region 1 and 5, they are anti-parallel regions here, because whatever the transistor is off in the region 1, so that is on in the region 5. The transistor which is linear in the region 1, now it is off in the region 5. So the regions 1 and 5 are the anti-parallel regions. Similarly, if you observe the region 2 and 3, observe the regions 2 and 4, sorry, they observe the regions 2 and 4. Again, the regions 2 and 4 are also the anti-parallel regions, because in this region 2, the MOS transistor NMOS is in saturation and the PMOS is in the linear, still it is in the linear, whereas in the region 4, the transistor NMOS is into linear and the PMOS is entered into the saturation. So which is the quite opposite to of the second region here. So that's why this region 2 and 4 are also the anti-parallel region. What about the third region? Third region, in this region, the NMOS transistor as well as the PMOS transistor both are in saturation region. So when the transistor is in saturation region, the flow of the charge carriers are very slow. Almost they are saturated. And here in any digital circuit, it is not desired that. So it is not desired that there will not be a less. There will be a less transition state, less transition time here. What I mean is, the moment when you apply the logic 0, the CMOS inverter has to change its output, or it has to switch its outputs to the logic 1. Or the moment when you apply the logic 1, the CMOS transistor output has to switch it to logic 0. So when you apply 0, it has to switch it to 1. When you apply the 1, it has to be 0 here. But it is not supposed to be lies in between. It is not supposed to be lies in between this transition state here, this transition state. So this region is called the transition region, and which is not desirable for a digital circuit here. Why? Because we wanted to have a change of state always. Depending on the application of the input, we want to have a change of state, but it should not be in a transition state. The transition state in the means, so it is in the state of changing the state from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. So it has to quickly change its state from 1 to 0 and from the 0 to 1 here. So this third region is a undesirable state for the digital logic circuit. So now for a proper operation of this CMOS inverter, for the proper operation of this CMOS inverter, so there are a voltage ranges, or there are a voltage levels. So they will be used to represent the state of the logic 0 and logic 1 at the input and output here. So these states are, so again these states are, you can see here, this is the VOH, this is the VOH, and this is the VOL, And similarly, for the input, so with respect to the input, if you take, with respect to the input, if you take, so this one is VIL. So this one is VIL, and somewhere here you can take the VO, sorry, VO, VIH. So these are the 4 voltage parameters here. So why they are required here? The 4 voltage logic levels are required. The 4 voltage logic levels are required for to describing the proper operation of the CMOS inverter here. So what is this VOH? The VOH is the minimum. It is the minimum output voltage for a logic 1 at the output, and the VOL is the maximum. It is the maximum voltage to be recognized or to be recognized as a logic 0 at the output state. So what happens if a voltage below this minimum voltage or above this minimum voltage? They are undesirable voltage levels. Therefore, we cannot determine the output state of the transistor here. And similarly, the VIL and VIH. The VIH is the minimum. It is the minimum input voltage guaranteed to be recognized as a logic 1. And the VIL is the maximum input voltage guaranteed to be recognized as a logic 0 here, as a logic 0. So any voltage below this or any voltage above the voltages, so then the prediction of output will be, we cannot determine the output of the CMOS inverter. So that again, that depends on the characteristics of the CMOS inverter only. Once if they are in undesirable voltage ranges, the output cannot be exactly determined, because we wanted to have a logic 1 at output, but we may not show that if the voltage is above or below these voltage levels. So that's why the manufacturers, the CMOS manufactured devices, they provide these voltage levels, and these voltage levels are to describe the proper logic values for the CMOS inverter. So in this, the CMOS inverter VTC, voltage transfer characteristic, is very important to understand the 4 voltage parameters here. And coming to the next one here, these are the logic voltages here. And the next one, DC noise margins. So here the noise margin is the measure of noise immunity here. It is the factor of noise immunity. Then what is noise immunity here? So the noise margin is the measure of noise immunity. Now what is noise immunity here? So here the noise immunity is the circuit ability to tolerate the noise voltage that that should not cause the change in output voltages here. So it is the ability to tolerate the noise without changing the output voltage. So actually the expected output voltage is logic 1 at the output, but because of these noise levels, these noise levels they should not decrease the value at the output state here. So here the noise immunity, it may be of any external disturbances here. It may be an electrostatic or electromagnetic or even an improper of the connections. All these things will lead us to the noise in the circuit. The external environment disturbance will also comes under the noise. So when there are unavoidable signals, and if these unavoidable signals has a bit of has a range given has a range more than the given value, then it causes to disturb the output values here. It causes to disturb the output values here. So that's why here the noise immunity, so here the noise margins are very important, and the noise margin is determined by the noise immunity, and the noise immunity, it is nothing but the noise voltage that without changing the it is the allowable tolerable voltage that without changing the output. There are two DC margins levels here. There are two DC margins levels. One is high state DC margin and the second one is the low state DC margin. So what is the high state DC margin here? It is subscripted with the VNH, that is high state noise margin. And here the high state DC margin, it is the difference between the minimum output voltage to the minimum input voltage. So what is the minimum input voltage here? The minimum input voltage is the VOH minimum. It is the minimum voltage for logic 1 at output. And the minimum input voltage, VIH minimum, it is the minimum voltage, it is the minimum voltage to be guaranteed as a logic 1 at the input side. So now the difference of these two, it gives us the high state DC noise margin. It gives us the high state DC noise margin. And now what is a low state DC margin here? The low state DC margin, it is the difference between the maximum input voltage to the maximum output voltage. So the maximum input voltage and maximum output voltage, these are the VIL maximum and VOL maximum. The maximum input voltage, the maximum input voltage for logic 0, and for the VOL is the maximum output voltage for to be logic 0 at the output. So these two noise margins are important for the proper operation of the CMOS inverter circuit. Like the voltage parameters, the DC noise margins are also very important, because the noise margins are determining from the voltage parameters only, voltage logic levels parameters only. So we will understand these high state DC noise margin and low state DC noise margin. So by looking at this diagram, so here you can see the two representations. So one is the representation of the logic 0 and logic 1 with respect to the output, with respect to the output, and the another representation of the logic 0 and logic 1, which is with respect to the input here, which is with respect to the input. So now you can see the voltage parameter levels here. So the picture was not good here, but you can observe, still you can observe the 4 voltage parameters here. The VOH, it is the minimum voltage, VOH, it is the minimum voltage to be recognized as a logic 1 in the output state, and the VOL, it is the maximum output voltage to be recognized as a logic 0 in the output state. And similarly here for logic 1 and logic 0 for the input, again here also we have the VIH minimum. This is the minimum input voltage which is to be recognized or guaranteed to be as a logic 1 at the input stage, and the VIL, it is the maximum voltage to be guaranteed as a logic 0 at the input here. So now if you match these two on a single logic level representation, so if you match these two on a single level logic representation, so here I will draw this logic levels here. So it looks like here, this one. It looks like here. So, and now if you're representing these here, so if you're representing this here, so here it is the output voltage V0H, and this is the VIH. Hello. ఎవరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసింది ఎవరు?
అర్థమవుతున్నాయి ఏంటి నాకు బానే.
హలో. And here this is the VIL and this is the VOL here. This is the VOL. And now if you observe this diagram here, so which I drawn, so in this the VOH, the VILH is kept below the VOH a bit, it is kept below the VOH, and similarly the VIL is kept above the VOL here. So why we have chosen such voltage levels here? In the diagram if you observe, the VIH, the minimum input voltage is kept below the VOH, and the VIL is kept above the VOL here. So this is because of to avoid the noise levels. In order to avoid the unwanted signals which are called the noise, to avoid that noise, we have given the manufacturer has given this flexibility here. So that's why there is a noise margin level is happened here. So the noise margin level is, again, it is nothing but the difference between these two, the VOL and VIL. It gives the low state DC noise margin, and the difference between the VOH and VIH, it gives the high state DC noise margin. So that is only here we have seen here. See. These two equations are from that diagram only. So why we have chosen this way is to avoid the unwanted signals here. To avoid the unwanted signal. So if the noise margin is above the, if it is slightly above the VOH, if it is slightly below the VOH, or it is slightly above the VOL, then it will be entered into the undefined state here. This is the undefined state. This is the undefined state. So practically to avoid such problems, so here the VIH is kept below the VOH, and the VOL kept above the VIL is kept above the VOL voltage level, so that in the practical situations, as possible as we can reduce the noise to that CMOS circuit here. And so these differences between these two, VOH and VIH, and VIL and VOL, these two gives us two noise margin levels. They are the DC, high state DC noise margin level, and low state DC noise margin level here. So did you understand the low level? Did you understand the logic levels and noise margins?
Yes, sir.
So next we can move on to the power supply rails, power rails. So what is meant by the power rails here? So when you as per as considering with the, as per as concerned with the digital logic circuit, they will be operated with the power supply voltages. So it requires a power supply voltage VCC, and it requires a ground here. So here the power supply voltage VCC and ground are called the power supply rails. So there may be a question for you that what are the power rails, or what are the power rails here? Maybe there may be a chance of question in your university also. What are the power supplies? It is very easy. So the power supply VCC and the ground are called the power supply rails here. And the voltage level parameters are the function of the power supply rails here. That is important here. Whatever the voltage level parameters are there, they are the function of the power supply rails. So simply, what is a power supply? The power supply is nothing but simply a power supply. It is nothing but the VCC and ground here. So now from these VCC and ground, we will define the 4 voltage parameters values practically also. So see here. So how we can determine the VIL maximum? The VIL maximum is the 30% of the VCC. It is the 30% of the VCC. And what is the VIH minimum? It is the 70% of the VCC here. And the VOH and VOL, the VOH is the VCC minus 0.1 volt and the VOL is the ground plus 0.1 here. So to understand this, let us take a 5 volts of the power supply here. Let us take the 5 volts of the power supply. So now see here, with respect to this CMOS 5 volts power supply, can you define what is the VIL maximum value? What is the VIL maximum value? So can you answer for that? What is the 30% of the VCC? What is the 30% of the VCC in 5 volts? It is 1.5 volts. Isn't it? Is it correct? And similarly, right. Similarly, the VIH minimum 70% of the VCC. So now what are the values here? Now what is the voltage value here? It may be of 3.5 volts here. It may be of 3.5 volts. So now we have defined the minimum voltage to be guaranteed as a for logic 1 at the input state, and the maximum voltage to be recognized as the logic 0 here. Any voltage below the 1.5 is recognized as logic 0. Above 1.5, it is not logic 0 at the input. Any voltage up to 3.5 volts or above 3.5 volts is treated as a logic 1 at the input, and below the 3.5 volts it is treated as a undefined logic value. Similarly, the VOH and VOL with respect to the 5 volts of the CMOS power supply. So what would be the logic VOH value? It is 4.9 volts here. It is 4.9 volts. So any output voltage below the 4.9 volts, it is not treated as a logic 1 at the output, and for VOL it is ground plus 0.1 volt. Usually the ground is maintained at the 0 volts only. Therefore, what is the VOL value here? The VOL value is 0.1 volt here. It is 0.1 volt here. So now, now you can understand how practically for a CMOS IC circuit, how the user, we can determine the 4 voltage parameters here. 4 voltage parameters. So the same thing here you can understand for this is the same thing here you can understand for this here. This is, oh sorry, ఇంత గ్యాప్ రాదు ఎందుకంటే 4.9 అన్నప్పుడు చాలా తక్కువ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది, ఓకే. సో కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మీరు వాల్యూస్ కన్సిడర్ చేస్తే, సో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏదైతే వాల్యూస్ తీసుకున్నామో the logic 0, let maybe it treated as a 4.9 volts and 0.1 at the output, isn't it? So 0.1 at output. So with respect to the output, the logic 1 and logic 0 for the CMOS are 4.9 volts and 0.1 volts for the given 5 volts power supply. And how about the input logic values? For the input logic values, the voltage up to 1.5 volt, it is treated as the logic 0, and the voltage above the 3.5 and 3.5 volts, it is treated as the logic 1. And here in the output, up to 4.9 only, it is the logic 1 at the output. And the logic 0 is up to the 4.1, up to 0.1 volt here. So here you can see the significance or the importance of these four logic voltage levels here. And once if you are aware, or once if you are knowing the values of these four voltage parameters, now you can define the noise margins here. Now you can define the noise margins here. So now can you answer what is the noise margin of the V and H, the high state DC noise margin? It is the difference of the OH minus, am I enter?
1.4, sir.
Yes, 1.4. This is the tolerable voltage at the high state and at the low state. And similarly, see for VIL maximum and VOL maximum. So now what would be the difference here? So what you will get here, IL maximum, VOL maximum. So it may be
1.4.
1.4. So now you can understand the significance of the noise margins here. You have equally, you have kept equal noise margin levels, so that if there are any disturbances in the input or output signals, so that will be allowable, and it can have a faithful operation at the CMOS logic level circuit. So this is about the CMOS logic levels and the noise margin. So we have one more slide. So with that, we will conclude for this today's session. And now here, see, it is the conclusion for whatever we discussed in the previous slide. So now you can easily see, you can easily understand here. So how we can define the DC noise margin levels here. We have two types of the DC noise margin levels: high state DC noise margin level, low state DC noise margin level. And how we can determine the high state DC noise margin level? It is the difference between the VOH and VIH minimum, and the low state DC margin is the difference between the VIL maximum, VOL maximum. And these values are determining from the power rails: 70% of the VCC and 30% of the VCC, and VCC minus 0.1 volt and VC ground plus 0.1 volts. So these are to be remembered. If there are any problematic, or if there are any problems regarding these voltage levels, you can easily solve these problems. What అడుగుతాడే మనం గ్యారెంటీగా చెప్పలేము, బట్ మినిమం ఏంటంటే ఇవి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడం వల్ల రేపు వాడు ఎట్లా అడిగినా కానీ యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ ఇట్ హియర్, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఇంపార్టెంట్. So that is about the voltage logic levels and noise margin levels. And before we conclude for our session, let us see the one last slide, current logic levels. As of now, we have discussed the voltage logic levels. There are four voltage logic levels: VOH, VOL, VIH, VIL. In a similar way, there are four current logic levels: IIH, IIL, IOH, and IOL. So what do you mean of these current logic levels? So see here, the current logic level IIH. So it is the current flows into the circuit. IIH, the I represents input, O represents output. The IHIL represents the current flows into the circuit. At what condition? When high voltage is applied and the low voltage is applied. These two are the conditions. Similarly, IOH and IOL. So IOH and IOL are the current flows from the output. It is the current flowing from the output circuit to the next stage of the circuit. In which condition? So in what condition here? The condition is logic 1 and logic 0. Simply to understand, the current flows from output in logic 1. So when the output is high state, what is the current that is flowing from out of the circuit? Flowing from the circuit. Similarly, the IOL, current flows from the output in logic 0 state. So now how we can understand in other ways, you can understand in the pictorial representations here. So here you have two diagrams here. Using with these two diagrams also, we can give or we can explain these four current levels and as well as the voltage levels. So example, see here we have two gates. It is a two-stage gate because we have two gates, so therefore it is a two-stage gates. And example I am saying here, when the two inputs are logic 0, so what would be the expected output here? It is obviously high state for the NAND gate. So when it is a high state, so which parameter will come into the picture? IOH. And when this IOH is going into the next stage as an input, which parameter will come into the state? IIH here. And with respect to the voltage, when the two inputs are at logic 0, it produces a voltage, high state voltage here. So now, which voltage parameter will come into the picture here? VOH. And when this VOH is going into the next stage as an input voltage, so which parameter will come? So it is VIH here. Similarly, you have the another one. When the both inputs are both inputs are at high state. When the two inputs are high state, the NAND gate produces the low state. When the output is low, which current parameter will be describing here? IOL. And this current is going as an input to the next state. So here the current is IIH. And with respect to the voltages here, the output voltage for the low voltage is VOL. That is, the VOL is the maximum output voltage for the logic 0. And the VIL is the maximum input voltage to be recognized for the logic 0 here. Because this logic voltage has to be available or it has to be appear on this state also, this stage also. So that's why the parameters VOL and VIL are important for this case here. So you can describe these voltage levels and current levels in different ways here. One of the way is, so here I am here I have chosen these two diagrams and I am explaining here. Okay, so with this we can conclude for this today's session. In this session we just have discussed only the logic levels and the noise margin levels. In the next class we will discuss the resistive loads. So it will also take a 30 minutes of session for the only the resistive loads. And after that we can move on to we can forward to the dynamic behavior of the CMOS circuits. So any doubts or any questions regarding the today's topic, you can ask me now, or otherwise we will end the meeting. So did you understand the today's session? So what are the logic voltage levels, what are the current logic levels, and what are the noise margin levels, and what is their significance? Did you understand? So please respond. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.